Good evening, everyone, and welcome to the opening event for Images 2021. We've decided to host tonight's opening online, virtually tonight, but the museum is open and the exhibit has been hung. If you come down, you're going to see an extraordinary exhibit of some wonderful artists from throughout southwestern Connecticut. So please come down. We're open 10 to 4 and see this remarkable show. Throughout tonight's very brief event, you'll notice at the bottom, there's a small banner that says they provide some information on how you can make a text donation to the Fairfield Museum. We hope you'll take a moment tonight to make a small donation if you like what you see tonight. Like all cultural organizations, the museum has had a difficult pandemic year, and your small gift can really help us continue to present great arts and culture programming like you'll see tonight. Thanks for attending. You've got a fun show tonight. We're going to try to keep it brief. But first, for those of you who may not be familiar with the Fairfield Museum, here's a little bit about us. Founded over 100 years ago, the Fairfield Museum is today one of the most dynamic education, arts, and cultural organizations in Fairfield County. Our mission is to use history to strengthen our community and to help shape its future. As a vibrant cultural center, the museum welcomes in a typical year more than 35,000 visitors. Our family programs and exhibitions explore Fairfield's rich history and help prepare children and adults to be more active and informed participants in their community. We are a small but mighty organization that has the highest 4-star rating from Charity Navigator and a platinum rating from GuideStar in recognition of our efficient operation. We believe that sharing diverse stories about our past and promoting civic engagement can help empower students and families to become more active, lifelong learners.
This year's Images 2021 show features the work of Camille Seaman and the Juried Show, which is 39 different photographs. There are some really unique conditions that appear in our galleries as well as hanging outdoors. The team here works carefully to lay out, hang, and light all of the photographs in the Juried Show to perfect the experience that each museum visitor is going to have.
We're having a lot of fun here at the Fairfield Museum with all of these virtual public programs, and it's always a joy to bring you all sorts of fun, whether we're figuring it out or we're not. So with that, I just wanted to, number one, say hello. My name's Lori Pasteryak, and I'm the Director of Interpretation here at the Fairfield Museum and History Center. Again, it is always such a joy. Images is my absolute favorite project here at the museum. Every year I get to meet and talk with and see the beautiful artwork from all of the photographers who submit to Images as an annual show. And with the regular photographers, the awesome photographers from the region, it's always an honor to work with a featured photographer. This year's featured photographer was Camille Seaman. And although she's not here with us tonight because she is in Ireland enjoying the beautiful views of photography that she can create there, we had a wonderful time to sit together and record an interview just for you in her exhibit here at the Fairfield Museum. I hope you enjoy this conversation with Camille Seaman, Images 2021 featured photographer.
Hello, everyone. I am so excited to be here with Camille Seaman, our 2021 Images photographer. Welcome, Camille.
Hello.
It's so wonderful to have you here virtually with us for the opening of Images 2021 and the opening of your exhibition. And so my first question is, how were you introduced to photography?
Of course, we all have had photography in our lives, and I happen to be, I think, a natural, even from a very small age. I remember the Kodak 110 Instamatic with the little cartridges, and the family would give me the camera because they said, give it to Camille, she doesn't cut people's heads off. So that's where it started, and I thought photography was something that everybody did and could do. I didn't think it was something that I could or should do as a profession. And so I didn't, even though I always had it with me to varying degrees, I didn't think it possible to become a professional photographer until I was in my 30s.
You have this really interesting world outlook, which it's a beautiful part of who you are and the work that you create.
Yes. Okay. I think I have a very unique perspective as I walk through this life. And this perspective partially is because of my Indigenous heritage and upbringing. As an Indigenous person, Shinnecock Montaukett, we were raised to know that we are interconnected and interrelated with everyone and everything. Everything is our relative. And I want to clarify that I'm not trying to humanize or anthropomorphize animals or what Western people consider inanimate objects. What I'm saying is we have a relationship with them. We are interrelated. And as humans, as a photographer, I know that it is to our harm and our detriment to behave as if we are separate.
Did you ever have one of those extreme moments that you have it seared in your memory?
One of those moments you have outside on your wall as your triptych. And that is this red sea where I have been going to the polar regions for many, many years, and not once in all that time, except for this one period, this one moment, was I able to witness the sea turn this literal red color, the sky just as red, and still the ice was white or blue, if you want to call it that. It was one of those moments where I had to keep putting the camera down and like squinting and like shaking my head, like make sure my eyes are actually seeing this. Yeah, that was a very special moment.
For the photographers in the audience, what type of camera are you using and what's your favorite lens?
Many people say, oh, what camera are you using? As if to imply that if they had that camera, they would be able to make that image. And the reality is a camera, the best camera is the one you have with you. But I know it's going to itch people. They're going to want to know. And so I have many tools in my toolbox, and each job, just like a carpenter building a house, requires different tools. So in Antarctica, I primarily am using Canon DSLRs, and I am using those because they have incredible weather seals. I don't have to worry about them getting very wet, because you will get your gear wet in these places, and it seems to handle the cold as far as the batteries. That's not an issue. My favorite lens is actually a 35 millimeter, and 35 millimeter is about how we see as humans. It's 50 is kind of a little bit tight, and 35 is about how we see with our peripheral vision as humans. So that's my favorite lens.
Who inspires you? Because I'm sure there are young photographers, and it doesn't matter which generation, who look to you as an inspiration.
Well, there is one person who literally made me want to do the work that I do, and his name is Edward Bertinsky. And he's a Canadian environmental photographer who has dedicated his life to documenting what humans have done to the planet. But he has done it in such a stunning, beautiful way that you cannot look away. And the second photographer who I kind of consider to be my photographic father is Steve McCurry. And most people know him as the Nat Geo photographer, famous for the Afghan girl with the green eyes. And he is a master of using natural available light and really able to make these sort of soulful images where you forget that he is there, and it's just you with the subject, whether it's a person or a place. And so those are the two photographers that inspire me.
What might you have for advice for aspiring photographers?
What creates a career is finding your own voice, finding that thing that is so unique about the way you see the world. That the thing is, for example, National Geographic is not going to call you to make an image like I do. They'll call me. They want to call you to make an image that only you can make. And so I would say to anyone aspiring to be a photographer, figure out how it is that you uniquely see the world and do that.
And so with that, is there anything else that you'd like to share with us today?
No, I think as people look at the work both outside and inside your exhibit, I hope that it encourages them to create or start a dialogue with themselves about the kind of relationship they want with our planet, because we only get this one planet. And if you're not getting in touch with your planet, what are you doing here? What kind of earthling are you? Come on.
So thank you so much for joining us here at the Fairfield Museum and History Center. Again, we are honored and gracious to be able to show your photography this year as a part of Images 2021. Thank you so much for joining us and for being a judge for this year's contest and our Images featured photographer. Thank you.
Thank you, Lori. Yeah, thank you.
And we're back. Welcome back, everybody. And I hope you've really enjoyed that clip with Camille. She's an extraordinary photographer. One of the great things about the Images exhibit that's been going on now for 13 years here at the Fairfield Museum is that we're able to pair a professional photographer like Camille with an incredible list of amateur, serious amateur, professional and student photographers who submit their work to be evaluated and hung as part of the juried show. Every year, hundreds of photographs are received and reviewed by our judges who have the very difficult decision to pick 40 to 50 of them that can hang here in the Fairfield Museum. We really wish that we had exhibition space to hang them all because they are really extraordinary works. But it's one of the really wonderful things about this exhibit. We're very proud to have been a part of many students and professionals who have used this exhibition to help launch and advance their careers. So Images 2021 adds to that wonderful legacy of helping our regional artists continue their craft and to hopefully launch wonderful professional careers.
And it's always a pleasure to speak with each of these photographers and email and exchange as they submit their photographs. This year's group of photographers submitted their work back in January and February. We had nearly 500 photographs submitted to Images 2021, and the jury of this year's Images 2021 photography show was, of course, our featured photographer, Camille Seaman, as well as Brad Smith and Moya McAllister. And with that, I will welcome them in their video to announce the winners of the Images 2021.
Hi, my name is Brad Smith. I'm the Vice President of Photography for the WWE, and I am here with the other judges for this year's Images 2021 photo contest, sponsored by the Fairfield Museum and Historical Center. And we are here looking at some wonderful images, and we've been really lucky to see some great photos this year. The first winner that we have is the student winner, and Moya McAllister is going to introduce that photo.
Hi, I'm Moya. I'm currently the photo editor and photographer for Psychology Today magazine, and I also teach pre-college students at the School of Visual Arts. I'm going to announce the student winner, and today the student winner is Charlotte Fenning for her photograph called Ennui. Congratulations to Charlotte. We're very excited to see this beautiful image. One of the things that we really liked about this image was the contradiction between this very young woman and the grown-up pose and the smoking and her grown-up shoes, her slouch, all kind of represent a young woman waiting to become a woman. And it has some feelings of nostalgia and also looking toward the future. I would like to introduce Camille Seaman. She is going to talk about the pro winner.
Hello, my name is Camille Seaman, and I am a professional photographer, mostly known for my work in the polar regions of our planet. I've been photographing there since 1999. I'm very excited to have been one of the judges for this competition, and I congratulate everyone because the work was really interesting. So with that, I'm going to hand it off to Brad to announce the grand winner.
Thank you very much, Camille. We've seen some great images this year. The professional winner was shot by Susie Buckley. It's called Carolina Wren. It's this beautiful photo of a bird, and it's been worked on in the sense that it's falling apart and pieces are falling apart, and the bird is molting and the bird is shedding and so forth. It's a really graphic, beautiful image of a bird, and we're happy that that's the grand prize winner for this particular contest. Images 2021 is the contest, and this particular photo I think is really standing out as a wonderful picture that really celebrates photography. We also had a number of wonderful honorable mentions that were just terrific to look at, both by the students and by the professionals. And we're just happy to have had so many great images and entries this year in the Images 2021 contest. And it just goes to show that even in a regional area like this, the photos are really strong, and we're really excited to be a part of it. The gallery will be opening the show on April 17th. And so we're excited that as part of the Fairfield Museum and History Center, hopefully you can go to the center and see the show and see for yourself how great the images are. In addition, the beautiful and amazing photographs by Camille Seaman, who's the featured photographer for the museum itself, will be there on display in its own separate area. And it's stunning the way they hang them up. And I think you really enjoy it. You make a day of it, and you really enjoy a trip to the museum. So thank you very much. And it's been a pleasure and an honor to be a part of the contest. Camille, thank you. Moya, thank you very much.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thanks, everyone.
Bye-bye.
And a special congratulations to both Susie Buckley and Charlotte Fenning for their incredible photography. And a special thank you to Camille Seaman, Brad Smith, and Moya McAllister, our jury for this year's Images 2021. For the prizes for our winners, in past years, the Professional Serious Amateur Best in Show would generally receive one of their own shows at a local gallery. Thanks to the pandemic, we've shifted to that, and I'd like to award Susie Buckley with a $500 gift card to B&H Photo. The student winner, Charlotte Fenning, for her incredible portrait, is actually going to receive a portfolio review with one of our jury, Moya McAllister. And with that, congratulations to our winners here of Images 2021. Mike?
Well, I hope you've enjoyed this brief little introduction to Images 2021. As a reminder, the Fairfield Museum is open every day from 10 to 4. This exhibition is exhibited outside and inside. We hope you'll come and at least enjoy one, if not both of those venues. We are following COVID safety rules so that your visit can be done in safely and hopefully enjoyable. But come visit us. We're delighted to be reopened. As we sign off tonight is also a bittersweet moment for us here at the Fairfield Museum as we say goodbye to our friend and colleague, Lori Pasteryak, who for the past 5 years has not only marshaled this wonderful exhibit forward to great success, but has done so much here to advance our programs and exhibitions. So I hope you'll join me in wishing her sort of luck on her next phase of her career. We're going to miss her, but I know that she won't be too far. And so that's it. And as we wrap up tonight, I just wanted to say a very quick thank you to the board of the Fairfield Museum, and especially to the Saft family for continuing to make this exhibition possible. It's one that we really enjoy every year, and we love being a part of. And just as a final note, as we sign off tonight, we're going to be showing you all of the submitted photographs as a slideshow. So please stick around after we sign off the live part and see the incredible work. I think you'll agree that every year we see just an extraordinary number of fantastic photographs. And then just one final plug, I can't resist. As you leave tonight, if you've enjoyed this little introduction, please consider doing a text to give or clicking the donate button that's below us here on the screen. or next to us, I think if you're on Facebook, and making a small gift to the Fairfield Museum. It'll really help us continue to advance our programs and exhibits here at the museum. And with that, I think we're done. We're signing off. Thank you again for joining us. Please come and visit us. We're delighted to be able to welcome you back to the Fairfield Museum and come enjoy this extraordinary exhibition. Thanks.
Thank you. Thanks, everyone. Have a great night.
Good night.